right, all right. I'm going to try to get this right today. Let's see. Am I going to do it better? Okay. Hey guys, it's Mia here. Happy Wednesday. Let's see. Your connection was lost. Okay, well, we just got back here. I am Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. For those of you who don't know me and haven't been on this coast before, welcome. And I got to put my glasses on, Camille. Beautiful hair. Thank you so much. I just got it cut last week, week before last, and she did a good job with layers. My daughter says that I'm being dishonest because I'm dyeing my ends because I'm covering my gray hair. Anyway, I'm Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. And so most of my scopes are all about how you as a mom, you can have the success that you want. You can be the kind of mom that you want to be and still rock out your business. So if you're interested in any strategies or tips about that, then you're going to love my scope. So I want to invite you and encourage you. She will understand one day. She will understand one day. She told me one day, she said, that's not honest. And I was like, okay, I'll deal with that later. That's actually very honest. I'm honestly saying that I dye my hair. Okay, what about that? All right, so today's topic I'm really excited about because I know that so many of you have product that's just inside of you, right? Like you are product. And I tell all my clients this that are in Core Moms, and we have a number of Core Mom clients in the house. And what I want you guys to do, if you're in Core Moms, put your name, what you do, and your URL, okay? Because so people can know who you are and what you do and what you're about. But I know that so many people want to create product and they don't know how to create product. I like to think that I am product, okay? And you are product. So I thought today, bring it on. I need to hear this today. Absolutely, right? So I thought that today what I want to do is teach you about how to monetize what you know in 3 simple products that will earn you big dollars. See, I kept notes this time because remember, normally I don't write any notes. So I do have the bullets for what I want to talk to you guys about. Cordelia, the renewal fitness specialist. You can check her out at workoutaroundmyday.com. What's cool about Cordelia, she's the mother of 6 children, and she works out around her day, and she is fit with 6. She is fit with 6. I've seen her in person, and we could all learn a lot from Cordelia. And I believe she's running some specials also for the holiday. So if you're struggling with your, fitness and weight loss, or just getting a routine to stay fit, she's your girl. So check her out. Okay. So I thought I really want to support you around understanding that you are product. And because we're busy moms, because I'm a busy mom, my story really is that when I first got started in business, I was, okay, 1 second. Celia, she's the organizational strategist at the mommyhood.com. And I will say that she is a Latina influencer and she has an incredible planner. If you are a blogger or if you are a business owner and you're struggling with staying organized, you need to check Celia Riccio out. She is one hot mama. Okay. She's sharp too, guys. You guys got to check her out. She is doing amazing things, and she's got a book that's out that's it's been out for like 2 or 3 days. That's been on the Amazon bestseller list in the top 100. And she's actually hit within the top 10 in the last 2 days. So shout out to you, Celia. Hopefully you put the name of the book here, okay, so that I won't have to try to remember it. Because, okay, she is all that. Celia Riccio is all of that, right? And you'll see that our scopes are very interactive, and I love women that edify other women, right? Because it's all about supporting one another. We are not competitors, right? We are supporters of one another. And each of us, we learn something. Think you are too, right? So to say someone's amazing, you are amazing. And I love being surrounded with women who get that, who understand that there is a lot of grooviness out there and we all want a slice of it, right? We all deserve slices of it. So anyway, so what I want to talk with you guys about today is how to create amazing product. And I believe it's your responsibility to do it. My story really is that when I got started in business years ago, I did not realize I did not so merry bright link in profile. Her right. So it's like Celi's book is the not so bright side of the holidays, like how to cope with grief in the holidays. So it's a really great read. It's a really quick read. So I encourage you guys to check it out. Okay. It's in her profile on Twitter. All right. And on Periscope. All right. So when I first got started in business, I did not realize that I was product. I took for granted, and you may be doing the same thing, the things that I said, the things that I was doing, the things that I was talking about all the time. And I didn't realize that those things, like the advice that people were asking me all the time, that could be a product. And if this is you, okay, I want you to stop it. And hopefully after I share the scope with you today, for free, right? We all do it for free because usually thought leaders are already leading with the free because it's who you are anyway. But when you understand that you can convert just one simple thing, you can convert what you know, package it and put it in a product, you can monetize what you know. And that's what the scope is about today. And I remember saying to my coach, she said to me, if I were you, she was like, I would videotape myself. And I was like, why? Why would I videotape myself? Exactly. And who would ever want to see that? I could not wrap my head around it. And what she was really saying to me was that, like, your unique kid strategies and the way that you show up as a mom, other people could benefit from that. But see, the deal is here, this is why coaching is so important. You can't coach yourself. You don't see yourself. Sometimes we're doing brilliant things all the time and we miss it because we're trying to coach ourselves. I couldn't see it. And I remember I was doing a hot seat at a live event with her. I was in the hot seat and she asked me some questions, and there were people who were in the audience who didn't have children who were crying when I was done talking. And I didn't realize the impact of what I was saying, okay, to other people, and that could be great product and tools to help people. And so one of the first things I'm going to say to you is that, if you find that people are always asking you for advice, or you find yourself always teaching, coaching, just kind of naturally, what I'm going to want you to do is set up systems around capturing what you're saying, what you're doing already. Does that make sense? And what that looks like is that you would invest in a digital recorder. So a digital recorder for me changed my life. A digital recorder changed my life. My husband says that really I work for the FBI because I record everything really, right? So, but years ago, 13 years ago, I have 2 digital recorders. They're like $55. You can get one at Best Buy. And you want one that turns your information, whatever you're taping, into a WAV file, so that you can use the information later. Now, here's the coolest part. I picked up a digital recorder and I started recording just things that I was doing, right? Like, so sometimes the advice that I had for my kids, or sometimes if I was coaching a client, I asked if I could record what I was saying so I could hear and create my own systems. And what I soon understood was that, wow, these could be books, ebooks, these could be audios, these could be guidebooks, these could be teaching tools, these could be affirmations daily. And I was like, man, so I want you to understand that a lot of the things you're doing naturally already could already be product, and you're taking it for granted because you're not capturing what you're doing. And if that's you, hands raised. If it's you, you have to write hands raised here, right? But hands raised, if this is you, I want you to stop it. I want you to create a system to capture the things that you're saying. Does that make sense? So I'm going to wait for you guys to let me know if it makes sense or not. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 whoop. Da, 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 da. Anyone? Am I talking to myself? Come on, guys. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right. So thank you so much. All right. So this is so important that you understand and you create systems, easy systems to capture what you're saying and what you're doing already. And if you're not doing that, you definitely need to do that. Now, if what I'm saying to you supports you, please share it with your followers. I would love for them to join me. My goal is to support moms, and I am starting to do more of this and more of this. So this is important, Cordelia. Make it easy creating content. Now, I'm saying get a digital recorder, but video might be your platform. And now we've got iPhones. You can videotape anything. In fact, what's so cool is like I'm videotaping this conversation right now, right? Because it's Periscope and I have it captured on KATCH.me. But guess what I'm going to do with the video? Where do you think it's going to go? Okay, I can take this video, I can send this video to be outsourced and create e-course from it. I can create an ebook from it. I can create a book from it. I could create a coaching lesson from it. So you can take the content you have someone transcribe it, and immediately it becomes and takes on a life of its own that you can monetize. And I don't want you guys ever taking for granted the things you say or not capturing what you're saying at your live workshops. Maybe you're doing it or on your telecalls. Maybe you're talking to clients on the phone and you're not recording it. You need to get permission from your clients. You need to set your models up so you can do that. But all content is repurposable, all right? And it's really important to understand that. And once I understood that I am content, everywhere I go, I started to capture what I do. Any live session that I'm teaching, any live event. I like to use video for live events, but I also like to get the audio separately. I can slice those off for articles. I can slice those off. I can do an intro and an outro and create a short radio segment for it or podcast for it. So you're already doing the things, right, that you can monetize, but you aren't capturing it. And therefore, you're trying to figure out, what is my product? What should it be? You already did it. All right. So anyway, do a digital recorder. It's really, really great to do. And with a digital recorder, one of the first products that I started creating were books, right? So you guys all know that my first product was an ebook, which was on how to deal with difficult in-laws, because I had that scenario and I wanted to support other people with how do you figure out a system to get along with your in-laws when you start off with difficulty. And sometimes it stays there longer than you want to. And that very first ebook made $88,000 and I was hooked. And it was 40 pages. I outsourced it. I had someone actually write it for me. And I used a digital recorder. I used a digital recorder to come up with sort of the top of mind things that I wanted to address. Great content. Tap the screen. Thank you so much, guys, for doing that, for tapping the screen. I appreciate it. So, that was really that I was hooked, and I realized I did not have to write the content. So if you're a mom and you're busy, I want you to look and use that digital recorder. You could use it in your car while you are driving to carpool while you're waiting. You could come up with an outline of tips that you want to share. And those tips could literally be your blog. You could speak your blog and someone else could write it for you, right? By outsourcing the content to something like Fiverr, a site like Fiverr. So there's so many easy and simple ways to be able to share what you know with the larger audience if you capture it. That's the point. And if you don't capture it and you don't have a system to capture it, then you forever are saying, oh man, I wish I had a book. Oh, it's Christmas time. I wish I would have, you can do this. All you need to do is come up with a system to capture your content. Every day, my goal is to create content. That's why I've been on Periscope. I've now done 45, I counted today, 45 Periscopes, okay? I've been on Periscope like 20 some days. In the last 20 some days, I've done 45 Periscopes minus my retreat. And everyone, I love to capture them because I'm going to use that content in my continuity program. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So you can of great content. You rock. Thank you so much. So you can do books, you can do ebooks, you can do articles, you can do inspirational messages, literally just by taking a digital recorder or using your phone and downloading and keeping that content and outsourcing it. You could take what you're saying and put it on inspirational cards that you sell, okay? Or it could be a PDF that's an ebook. I mean, really simple. So creating content is easy. And if you're a mom, it's so important to have a digital strategy, which is another layer to how you can make money. So a lot of times we think when we start business, we want to build a business based on your ability to perform. But I'm not into that, right? You want a business that compounds your time. And creating product allows you to do that. You know, your product is out there making money for you, and you could be in bed sleeping, or you could be in the grocery store, and people could be buying your ebook. Right, Celie? Okay. So I get all my clients to create product and show them that it's really easy to do that in my Core Moms coaching program. And so I wanted to make sure that you guys know that, because a lot of times we don't know it. We take it for granted. Okay. Did that point serve you guys? Did that serve you guys? Okay. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Okay, great. All right, perfect. Now, the second way to monetize what you know, right, is continuity programs. So you may be like, well, what is a continuity program? Well, what a continuity program is, and you guys have all, I'm sure, invested in one. It's sort of like a course that you might invest in, and that every month there's a new course. There might be a new module or course that you get to, partake in. It could be as low as it could just be an audio that you listen to that comes along with a little guide. It could be as low as $9.99 a month, something like $25 a month. Or it could be a full coaching program that's a continuity program. So the whole idea is that it's a system that someone's invested in, and it continues for more than 1 month, okay? The level of education, the level of tracks. Now, that's how I prefer to make my money. I have several continuity programs, 7 tracks of education of what I offer. Now, some involve me directly, like my Core Moms coaching program. There's a portal, and people can have access to the information that I teach in real time with me on the calls, but also they can go back and listen to the recordings. But also, I do sell a number of self-study programs as well for clients. And this is really, really great. You can take those programs, you can time release those programs, so people pay each month and they get a little bit of education each month over the course of a year. It's a really great way to shore up and diversify your income. And what's cool about it is that it's not based on your ability to perform. You do the work once and you have this portal of education, and you can continue to make money over and over again from what you have learned. Now, I have so many coaches that I've worked with over the years that have taught me how to do continuity programs, and there are lots of different ways to do them. I have invested in Jeff Walker's program, Product Launch Formula. I've invested in some of Frank Kern's information, Terry Levine's information. And everybody does it differently. Everybody shapes the information differently, but I can tell you it's a very effective way to make money passively. And the wealthiest marketers all have a continuity-based program, some level of online education where people make an investment each and every month, right, as part of some kind of contractual program, and it allows them to to make money, right? And it's a very profitable way to make money. And I want to pause here just to make sure I'm not going too fast, me and my Baltimore self, and see if I'm answering your questions. Are you following me on that? Or are there any questions about continuity programs that, you're like, okay, I kind of understand what you're saying, but not really. Are there any questions for me? Speak now. The floor is open. No questions? Okay. So a continuity program, where do we start? Okay. The first place that you start, I like to create products. Sometimes if you don't have any product at all, one of the biggest worries is how do I start a program? I don't have any content. Well, you start with just the first module. What I like to do actually is, when I'm planning out my course, is to first do a mind map and get a sense of what the top issues are for the people I want to serve. What are their pain points? And then I might create a module based on those things, okay? Teach on those things. So if people came up with the top 12 things that are that really are their pain problems, their pain points. For me, it would be around running your business or operating a business as mom. How do you build your life? I would come up with 12 modules that would relate to that, and I would begin to teach one module at a time. And if you don't know what to teach, let's say you only get six topics from your target audience, one of the things you can do is at the end of each of your calls, you could ask people, you could say, and what would you guys like to talk about? What are your questions? And based on those questions, you can build out other modules of things you can teach. So you can literally start with just the first module, and that's really it. And the thing to keep in mind is that you need to come up with a platform by which you can you can keep the information. So, there are some online platforms like Kajabi or Ruzuku where you can store. Uh-oh, my dog's going to bark. Dog is going to bark, I think. But there's some, he might bark. My husband's coming in. So, but this is real TV. I'm working. Okay. So, but Ruzuku or Kajabi are great platforms to store the information. Or you might use something like Free Conference. That's what I use, freeconference.com, to record the audio. You can also capture video on Free Conference, and you store it and put it in one of these sites, and voila. You have a continuity program that you're beginning to create the content for. And of course, you need to, set the pages up. You need to put the copy for who it's for and design the sites. But, just understanding the inner workings of how to build a program is really simple. It's not even difficult. You could get started in a week if you wanted to really, truly set one up, okay? And the whole idea is that you're teaching what you know. So it's so easy. It's so much fun. It's like what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching right now. And does this look hard? Not hard. Okay. It's fun. And I want you guys to understand that creating your business and building your business is fun. And you're going to find methods that are true to you as a mom. And if you see a model that doesn't fit you, like I remember looking at so many people growing their business and they were just running from one place to the next place and they were moms. And I was like, that doesn't fit me and that doesn't fit my life. I actually need a model that allows me to grow my business without having to fly from one place to the other. I wanted to be able to compound my time. And it's one of the reasons that, thank you so much for the hearts, that I love continuity programs, is because you do the work one time, you can use it over and over and over again. And this is how wealthy people make money. Let's not get twisted at all. So whether we're talking about real estate, you buy the property one time and then, people pay you over and over again, or whether we're talking about content, even if you're talking about doing television, the fact of the matter is you get paid residuals for people seeing you over and over again. This is the way to create wealth. And nothing other than that, to me, nothing other than that. Everything else is twisted outside of that. Now, you can make money and have a hustle, but what happens if you can't perform? And I'm very sensitive about that, particularly for my mom peeps, because I said mom peeps. Okay. Because my husband went on dialysis 5 years ago. He got a kidney transplant last year. And if I had built my business based on, if I had built my business based on me running from one place to the next, my income stream would have been like done, okay? And what I loved is the control and the diversity of the strategy. And I'm not saying not to do events or anything like that. I'm saying that's a diverse part of your strategy and the way you make money. But you need to have more than one way to make money. And you need to have a passive way, if you are a mom, to make money. So that if you want to pick those little kids up from school, which is what I want to do, I want to pick them up. I want to drive them in the morning. I want to have the option to do that. And I want to know that I can make money from my home if I choose to do that. Does that make sense? Are you guys into that? Okay, totally cool. All right. Number 3. Any questions about continuity programs before I move to number 3? Okay, totally. All right, great. All right. And you know what? And here's the thing. You can use all kinds of things. You can use video. You can use audios to build your programs out. You can use PowerPoint. You can take those audios and put them to PowerPoints. You could just, in your car, like I said, in carpool, you could do a module. Uh-oh. The mail lady is here. He thinks he's Cujo, but he is a Shih Tzu. Mick, thank you. It's real life, guys. This is live stream. All right. Mick, come here. Thank you for keeping us safe. Come here. Have you guys seen my dog? You want to see him? Come here, Mick. Come here. Come here. All right, come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Mick. Oh, no. He wants me to rub his belly. He does not really want me to. He is cute, right? Come on, Mick. Come on. Oh, he just got me bending all around. Come on. Say hi to everyone. What do you want to teach, right? See, isn't he cute? See, it's all about him, right? So this is the thing. He's like, rub my belly. But you can't get what you want if you don't know what you want, right, Mick? And he knows he wants his belly rubbed. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, Mick. All right, so continuity programs. So were there any questions about continuity programs? Okay. All right. And then the last way that I'm going to say that you can make a lot of money from the comfort of your home, which is what I've done in my business primarily. Love, 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 love this, are teleseminars and webinars. All right. And I have to say that I've done very few webinars. Most of the way that I've made my money, multiple six figures made in the teleseminar space, that's me. That's me using my phone and a phone line where I can talk one to many and teach on a topic. That I love, love, love. I can attest to it. I can tell you it works. I have done it in my pajamas at night, multiple nights, because most of my coaching calls at 9 o'clock at night. I love that. And that really works. So if you have never thought about doing teleseminars as a way to monetize your purpose, it's the same thing. You can teach a class, once a month, twice a month, and then have a fee for that. You could interview people. I've done that too. And I have a new series that's coming out where I'll be interviewing some really top level people who have really supported me. Some are my clients. Some are people who have taught me, who have all multiple strong six-figure earners to $1 million, because people want to know. Like, people want to know what the people you're connected to. And if you interview those people, you can charge other people to come hear them. And if you've never thought about that as a way to make money, think about that. Okay, so you don't have to be the teacher. You can be the person that's the connector, and that you are literally bringing people to information that they want, and people will pay you for that as a series. I did a series years ago called Brilliant Focus Coaching. That's all it was. All I did was interview millionaires that had unconventional stories, and every single person that came on made $1 million, and I think except for two people, but they had they had millions in reach, and that's why I brought them on, and it was really cool. And I think people paid me $197 a month to come on the calls and to be able to ask questions of these millionaires. That was like 6 years ago. So just keep in mind that it can be what that people you're teaching on. Mia, where have you been all my? I'm right here. Nicole, I have been right here. Right here. I don't know why our moms didn't connect us, right? Like on the playground. We should have been hanging out, okay? But I'm right here right now. And what I'm telling you is that if you, if you just share what you know or interview your influence, your circle of influence, it can make a big difference for you, and you can monetize right away. I can't with you. Yes, I know. Exactly. So the thing is that Nicole and I understand that we are sisters from another mother. It's very clear. So you'll notice that if you tune into the scopes, you'll see the synergy between the two of us. So that's what we're talking about for those of you who have just joined us. I'm Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. Now, you can always check me out. Hopefully, you'll sign up for my list at miaredrick.com so you can get my newsletter that comes out. I need to write it. My newsletter comes out. I just my week was so fired up last week that I was trying to wrap my head around just sitting still, if that makes sense, right? Okay, teleseminars or webinars. Webinars are just like what we're doing right now, okay? And maybe you want to teach, and maybe you want them to look at a PowerPoint as you teach, with your lessons, and people pay you for what you know. All right, very, very easy. This is not hard. Creating content is easy. To monetize what you know is very simple. So is there anything that you heard today that makes you say, hey, I'm ready to do this? Like maybe you've been on the fence, or is there anything that you heard today that you're thinking, hey, I want to do this? And if so, what are you thinking that you want to start with? Because I think great information is great, but at the end of the day, it's not what you know, it's what you do with what you know that changes your outcome, right? So tell me, but you are going to teach me how to do you on large scale. Yes, Nicole. Nicole, really what would support you would be Core Moms, and you can check out Core Moms Coaching, and I know that the program would support you, and I would be able to work with you on a large scale. And Core Moms is reasonable too. I mean, I will say that I think that coaching program, I've been in many coaching programs, could easy. I'm coming, right? Come on, Nicole. That's right. Camille's telling you. Camille signed up last week, right, Camille? It's a great program. And so, if you pay in full, I mean, it's it's $5,000 a year. I had to think about it. It's $5,000 a year. And if you pay in full, it's $3,000 for the whole year. And you get a life track. Yeah, and thank you, Celie. Celie's a core mom client. It is a life track. There's a business track. There's an open coaching track, although I know you know this by heart, where you get to ask whatever question you have each and every month. And then there's a private community, and you also get paired with accountability partners. And what's funny about our accountability partners community is that when I match people based on ambition level, it's so funny whenever I go to switch people in groups. I just finished a coaching program yesterday, but I'm coming your way. Come on. Let's get it. Let's get it for 2016. I'd love to work with you. What's funny is whenever I go to switch people out of their accountability groups, they say things to me like, I feel such a connection with my old group, and I don't know about the new group. And I'm like, well, the new people, you didn't know the old people before I connected you, right? But people build really incredible bonds within the community, and they don't want to leave their old accountability partners because of it. I think, Celia, you can attest to that for sure. And you and Alex and Charlotte, right, are like sisters. So you guys are really the Charlie Angels, I have to say. Such a cute photo, too. I think I'm going to change the Core Moms. Don't talk about me, Mia. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Okay. But anyway, it's a really great coaching program for moms, and you can always check it out at coremomscoaching.com. There's some complimentary giveaways, some complimentary calls, so you get a sense of how I teach and see if it vibes for you. And I always say that that's important. That's important for you to do no matter what programs you choose. You have to invest in yourself to go to your next level. So that's a given. So whether you work with me or someone else, you got to invest in yourself, okay, if you want to create a change. So that's number one. And before you sign up for any program, take a sneak peek. Either talk to someone that's used the program before, or, or if you're able to listen, you got to, right? Or sign on to the site, and they should be able to give you some information to see if you vibe with the coach, because it is all chemistry, and you want to make sure that the program, you get results. And I think for me, one of the things that's important is that I've been in a lot of programs. Now I'm a self-starter, right? And I can get a lot done. But when I was first getting started, I needed a coach that could see me, all right? Because I didn't want to be like the person that nobody knew my name. You didn't know what my business was. You didn't know what Mia was up to, what she was doing. I needed to be seen. And the way that I've set up the Core Moms coaching program within the community, I know what everyone's business is. I get to see my clients. I care about their results, in that way. And then while it's not one-to-one coaching, Celie will tell you that if I have a question or if you've got something big going on and it's important, I likely might call you, okay, because it's about results, right? And because I see you and I know what you're doing, that matters to me. I'm not saying that yes, ma'am, right? So that's important. And my coach was always that way with me also. I remember when I had gotten my first Panera Bread deal, it feels like one-on-one. Thank you, Celia. I appreciate that. And it's a group coaching program. So, that's important to know. And because you're there when we need you. Yes. And you guys are great too. I've got like great clients that I get to work with. And Nicole, call Mia. Okay. Don't harass Nicole. Anyway, so did this scope support you guys today? Did this scope support you today? Because I wanted you to know that if you're a busy mom and you want to make money in 2016, digital content has got to be a part of your strategy. You've got to find ways to use either, taking what you know and putting it into books or ebooks or audios in some way to monetize, to sell in a passive way, right? And those would be your sand products, like, or you build a continuity program, which, a continuity program could be your Pebble product, right? It could even be your Big Rock product to make money passively, but I like it because it's not only based on your ability to perform, right? You do the work one time and people continue to pay you for the system, the information that you're teaching. And then if you decide to do teleseminars or webinars, this is really a great way to build a community. And that is single-handedly what I did to build my business, is what I continue to do. I have not done really a whole lot of webinars. Mostly I've done teleseminars. That's what I have done. And teleseminars every year, it is a six-figure business for me, and it will be a six-figure business for you too if you know how to build time-rich models and teach one to many. And that's why I wanted to teach you guys what I taught you today. Okay, so I hope that this scope has supported you guys. If there are any questions, I'd like to take them at this time, and then I'm going to hop off. I have to, because I am overworking for other people. Right. And so what we want to do is make sure that you've got systems that fully value you, and that, where you're working, that one, you're getting paid what you're worth, number one. And two, are there any other opportunities for you to leverage your skills and your talents in different ways that can compound your time, what you know, in that way? Does that make sense, Nicole? Okay. And I always say this, that not that you're stuck, but being stuck is a choice, right? Because at the end of the day, you've got to find out what you do not know. All right. And when you find out what you do not know, then it opens you up to a whole new world of possibility. And that's what this is about. And I remember sitting in on a seminar with my coach, and she talked about outsourcing. I had never heard it before in my life, ever. And she said something like she was paying somebody $3 an hour to support her administratively, and I was paying someone like $30 an hour. And the difference was she was a millionaire and I wasn't, okay? And I had never heard anyone say this before. And from that one concept, I've made multiple six figures learning how to outsource and using that in my book coaching business. So if you know what someone knows, right, you can do what they do. I mean, that's the reality. The reality is that if you're not achieving the results that you want, has nothing to do with anything other than you just don't know. There's something you don't know. And that's why it's important to have mentors, and it's important to have teachers so that you can learn what you do not know. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So I am Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. I've had a ball. I've had a ball today. I'm sharing with you guys good sauce. Okay. Anything else before we close? Any other questions? I just want to make sure I answer all the questions before I go. I like to do that. And then we're off to have the rest of our day be productive. Anything? Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining me for an earlier scope today, as per Camille suggested. See, Camille, I have my glasses on. I read every comment that's there. I'm teachable. Okay, with that, I'm done. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day, okay? Rock it.